talk my shit. I got on dick, and she turned around and hit. And I done learned a lot of shit. I had her burn up her brain. I deserve her fridge. I deserve her. I deserve her. I'm like, how we do your motherfucking speaker? I can't do the Gita. I don't rock the Gita.
What's up, guys? This your boy Mr. 40. I'm back with another video today. Guys, I ain't gonna front. I feel like I disappointed y'all with the last episode, with the Demon Lego episode. So I want to apologize for that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's one of my worst videos I've done in a long time. You know, and I know I ain't put the effort out I should have, but I know y'all deserve more and good content. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, I want to thank y'all for giving the Chris Benoit love, the WrestleMania Junk love. We're on the road to 700. Y'all already know that next episode, if we get to 700 subscribers, will be my main man, the clown one. Dunk the clown. It ain't to my homie, don't play that. No Damon Wayans. But with that being said, I want to thank y'all, you know what I'm saying, to get me where I need to go. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm trying to get them public hours watches up and continue to provide y'all that best content, that fire content. Because I really want to get subscribed and get monetized with us, because I love doing this. I love professional wrestling. I love to my professional wrestling. So I was supposed to do the Vince McMahon jump, but I just wanted to do this episode here about the original one, my main man, New Jack, the gangsta. So this is today's episode. The next episode will be the Vince McMahon jump, and then after that it'll be the Promising Career jump. And we'll see after that, the Promising Career, I might take a break because I feel like I've been consistent and stuff like that. Try to give y'all bangers and bangers, and I feel like y'all been enjoying them. So, with that being said, most important, I want to give thanks to my main man, y'all, Lord Jesus Christ, for another day. If it won't be for him, it won't be no page, it won't be no y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, let's get it cracking. Today's episode is about my main man, the gangster, New Jack. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the aka Jerome Young. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you had your legendary wrestlers like your Hogans, Savages, Rocks, Triple H, Goldberg, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and so what and so what. Those were some of the best wrestlers in the world that blessed this business. But then you got the hardcore style. I feel like New Jack is the most feared wrestler in the wrestling business because people are scared to work with him. Because he going to brutalize you, he going to hurt you, he going to beat you up. He going to do everything in the kitchen sink. You know what I'm saying? He didn't care about that wrestling stuff. He was into that street shit. You know what I'm saying? So, when I saw his dark side of the ring, I feel like he was very feared, you know what I'm saying? Because people didn't want to work with him. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially if guys try to give him a script or we're going to do this and do that. New Jack ain't trying to hear none of that. We're going to do it my way. And then don't let you not do business with him. He going to go into business for himself and hurt your ass. You know what I'm saying? But he is an icon in his business. And he made his mark, you know what I'm saying, during his time. You know, whether it's from Smoky Mountain, ECW, so what and so what. My man made an iconic mark in this business. So with that being said, let's go. New Jack, Jerome Young, was born January 3rd, 1963. He died, of course, May 21st. You know what I'm saying? He was willing to take dangerous bumps and do stiff hardcore wrestling style. And he often took a lot of high risk. You know, this including with the mass transit when the little homie lied about his age. And of course, we got the situation with Gypsy Joe, when Gypsy Joe headbutted him, and also he didn't no-sell him. So New Jack felt like he had to get that old man that work. Damn. And of course, my boy had the iconic Natural Born Killers by Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, which y'all know he come out, hit the gun, hit the missile, go pow, gun sound pop, crowd going crazy. And he used to wrestle and let the song play. That was the most unique thing ever. I feel like if somebody tried that today, it wouldn't even work. New Jack is the only one I know can play a hardcore gangster song and wrestle throughout the whole way. But Um, like I said, my man was born on the 3rd of January. I didn't even know he's from Greensboro, North Carolina. Um, my man's had when he was 5 years old, him and his siblings witnessed their father stab their mother multiple times. And after he found out, this was after his father found out. Well, I'm going by what they say. This is after his father found out, mother was cheating on him and stuff like that. And his father shot her in the leg, stuff like that. So when she tried to leave with the kids and stuff like that, he shot her when she was trying to leave with the kids. My bad. And it's crazy. They said later that year his father died of a heart attack, and it's crazy. His son allegedly died of a heart attack. It's crazy, right? It's like a family cycle thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Like when you think about that, like I always say, I hate to preach on it like this, but my boy was traumatized and dealing with demons already at a young age. You know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes when you see a person talk and carry themselves and stuff like that, and they got all them skeletons and demons in their head and stuff like that, and then they become, they start dealing with stuff as a teen, and then they become an adult. Sometimes it can start at home, or you know what I'm saying, or sometimes it happens to folks as an adult, but sometimes some folks go through traumatic experience at a young age. So you got that going on as a kid. Then, you know what I'm saying, they said my boy attended some Atlanta high school in 1991. They said he had a measure of success as a football player. And they said he attended Clark Atlanta University, but they said around the age of 15, he started robbing and stealing, you know what I'm saying? Stealing sports goods, jewelry stores, and stuff like that. So, with that being said, they said my boy spent 2 years in prison for robbery. Then after they tried to work a delivery truck driver, and then he was a bounty hunter. So my boys just shit out here in these streets trying to get how they live. You know what I'm saying? So my boys really about their street shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just like this going on in my city in Memphis, Tennessee right now. Like, these young kids wilding, thugging, and bugging, doing their thing in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Some folks, I don't condone it, but some folks just trying to get their next meal. You know what I'm saying? Or you got some folks just out here just doing it because, but you got some folks out here struggling. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand it. I ain't never robbed a store and steal a kid, but with this crazy ass inflation going on, shit, we all struggling. We through out here. You know what I'm saying? So I can't imagine it. You know what I'm saying? Especially at a young age, you come up as a teenager, mama struggling to make ends meet. It's hard as a son. You know what I'm saying? If he was the oldest, I know it's really hard because you her oldest baby. You want to make sure you trying to help out mama. Dad ain't here. Your dad had died when you was a young age. So I can imagine how that little time period was hard to go through. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine. So let's get to the career part. New Jack trained under the man Ray Candy. He debuted in 1992 in Memphis, Tennessee, based in of course USWA. He adopted his name, of course, by the classic movie New Jack City. In June 1993, he won his first championship, the USWA Tag Team Championship, with his partner, Homeboy, defeating Simply Divine. And he hold on the title for 2 weeks before leaving it to C.W. Brigstrom and Melvin Penrod Jr. He remained with the company until 1993. So, during this time when he worked with USWA, he wasn't fond of Jerry the King Lawler and Jerry Jarrett during his little short time period there, because according to him in the shoot interview, he said Jerry the King Lawler and Jerry Jarrett is racist as hell because they had called Jackie Moore a wet nigga dog. Damn, bruh. Shit. If they did do that, that's fucked up, bruh. Why should I be a wet nigga dog? Why should I be a nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they did say that, allegedly, because I wasn't there, only people that know is him and them two. You know what I'm saying? But I think because at that time, I think Jerry and Jerry the King was working together at the time. And, of course, Jeff Jarrett, his son, and all that, stuff like that. So during that time, he wasn't feeling Jerry the King Lawler. He wasn't feeling Jerry the King Lawler till he died. Like, I don't know if y'all remember when Jerry King Lawler had the heart attack. I forgot New Jack said he sent out the crazy tweet. You know what I'm saying? Facebook blocked him, Twitter blocked him. Everybody was mad at him. But then I think because he said he trying to get on the show, but they didn't want to give him the angle because, you know, Vince didn't like New Jack. And they went on did the same angle with CM Punk. So this is a little fun fact. Alright, 1993, 1994. After leaving Memphis, New Jack moved to Atlanta and wrestled for North Georgia Wrestling Alliance and won the heavyweight championship. So in early 1994, he paired up with a former WCW talent head, you know, who was trying to come and break into business, Mustafa, and they formed the Gangsters. And they won the NGWA Tag Team Championships in July 1994. But they vacated them and they left the territory. So, that brings me to the Smoky Mountain era. New Jack earned his name by working with Jim Cornette in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. He formed a wrestling crew called the Gangsters. He toured the South and was normally squared off against the team Rock and Roll Express. And his partner was Mustafa. But he did have a few classic wrestling moments and stuff from researching. Him and Tracy Smothers had Tracy Smothers versus Tracy Smothers and Undertaker versus the Gangsters. Then of course, like I just said, he had physical battles with the Rock and Roll Express, who he said taught him the game. Then he had a match on against Scott. I forgot the boy not just quick. Scott Stan or something like that, and Steve Skyfire. And of course, he had a one-on-one battle with Tracy Smothers. And him and Mustafa had faced Scott Armstrong and Tracy Smothers. But I know I saw him had a fun fact that he worked with the Undertaker. He said he liked the Undertaker like how New Jack put him over. And New Jack was saying like Undertaker told him if you need anything, brother, I will help you out. You know what I'm saying? Because New Jack, Mustafa, all them, Mustafa, D-Lo, they pushed Undertaker to the moon and back to put him over. You know what I'm saying? During that short time of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And he was vicious and outright in his promos, speaking on Black Power, being himself, gangster. You know what I'm saying? Especially he had the infamous promo about the OJ, talking about OJ, keep up the good work. 2 down, more to go. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially in Kentucky, that was a racist city, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the Ku Klux Klan and all that. Like, my boy New Jack was very outspoken and just being himself. You know what I'm saying? At that time, you know what I'm saying? During that short period of time for that short year. Then, of course, he went to ECW. So, at that time, the Gangsters had joined ECW. They had debuted as a heel team attacking the Public Enemy, Rocco and Johnny Grudge. So I think it was at Barbed Wire, Hoodies, and Chokeslam on June 17, 1995. So I think at that point before they debuted, they was teasing where I think I just saw the video like a few hours ago. They had TPE. Yeah, TPE, the Public Enemy, on site. They had it on one side of the wall, and then they had it on this side of the wall. You know what I'm saying? So they were letting them know that they coming. And so I think the Public Enemy had you got through competing against the Axel brothers. I mean the Rodden brothers. All right, Ian Rodden, and I forgot his other brother name. So they had you got to compete with them, or the brothers. I guess the brothers started feuding with each other because they started fighting each other through the crowd. So while they were over there partying, murderer. My boy New Jack Mustafa made an entrance. New Jack came with the gangster scarf, hit him with the pipe, talking that trash, beat their ass. I think they were trying to do a table stunt, but the table just gave weight because Rocco was kind of big, so it just gave out. You know what I'm saying? But they made an impact and let it be known we are here to stay. And I think they got arrested after that. You know what I'm saying? They make it realistic, real gangsterism, because New Jack was like, y'all the fake gangsters, y'all the pranksters, we the real gangsters. You know what I'm saying? You know, him and Mustafa having various promos on Public Enemy. I think Public Enemy had responded with their own promo and stuff like that. So the Gangsters made their debut at Hardcore Heaven by competing against Public Enemy in a losing effort. But they did engage in a lengthy rivalry and traded wins against each other throughout the year. But the feud ended in a street fight at House Party, which Public Enemy won. Then shortly after that, Public Enemy had left ECW after the event, and they went to WCW. But at SummerSlam, the Gangsters were scheduled to compete against the Headhunters, but Jack was in prison at Atlanta. So Mustafa was attacked by the Headhunters. Then Jack returned March 8th at Big Ass Extreme Bash to rescue Mustafa from the assault by the Headhunters, resulting to the Gangsters turning to fan favorites. So they made that cross, and then they took off. You know, everybody throwing up the X sign. You had Mustafa doing that crazy little all that. You know, Mustafa didn't talk. He talked a little bit, but he didn't say a lot of words. You know what I'm saying? But him and New Jack dynamic work. You know what I'm saying? So you see that now. So at that time, the Gangsters began to pursue tag team championships. That's when they entered the rivalry against ECW best tag team, the Eliminators, John Cronus and Perry Saturn. They have received a lot of shots at the belts, but they only came up short. So at Fight the Power, the Samoan Gangsters party. So at Fight the Power, so they retired, but they came up short. So at Fight the Power, Samoan Gangsters, LA Smooth, and Sammy the Silk made their ECW debut by attacking the Gangsters. So all them tag teams had attacked. They had attacked the Gangsters. I guess I gotta look it up. So Samoan Gangster parties cost the Gangsters another shot at the Eliminators at Hardcore Heaven. But then the Gangsters had faced the Samoan Gangsters party in a match at Heatwave, which ended in a brawl between both teams. So the Gangsters feuded with Eliminators, Samoan Gangster Party, and the Bruise Brothers that led to a four-way dance between the four teams at the Doctor Is In, which the Gangsters won, and they won their first tag team championship. And plus, the Gangsters had successfully defended their titles against the Samoan Gangsters. They defended their titles against Samoan, so they had a decent, nice long title reign throughout the year where they defended against the Samoan Gangsters, the Eliminators, Rob Van Dam, and Sabu throughout the whole year. But then we got the famous mass trans incident. So New Jack was involved in a mass incident on November 23rd, 1996 in Massachusetts. The Gangsters were supposed to face Devon and Axel Rotten, but Rotten missed the show and replaced by the man's tragic Eric Koulas, who was an untrained 17-year-old who convinced Booker Paul Heyman that he was 21. I ain't gonna cap. Paul Heyman, you should know that boy wasn't no damn 21. Come on now. You know better than that. I know you was desperate and looking for an opponent, but you got a locker room. I mean, you got a locker room full of guys, Paul Heyman. You couldn't find nobody else instead of this fat boy who was lying like he was 21. Talk about he trained wrestling. Come on, bruh. As soon as he got in that ring with New Jack, he whooped his ass. Come on, man. Come on, Paul Heyman. You gotta do better than that, dog. That ain't it. So, yeah, he convinced Paul Heyman that he was 21. He had been trained by veteran Killer Kowalski. Come on, bruh. You really believe that, Paul Heyman? Come on, bruh. And you been in the business 40, 50 years. Come on, man. You better than it. But this is where New Jack had to defend himself. So Kowalski had requested New Jack to blade him during the match, but the incision was made incorrectly. Cause New Jack just really went over the top and cut his ass up, and the boy's forehead was wide open. Cause I think in the dark side of the ring, you can hear the father like, "Hey, settle down, man. He only 17. Like, he only 17. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing?" Shit, New Jack didn't give a damn. New Jack was probably high off that crack rock. Cause we all know New Jack love to get high. He's either drunk or high. Then you coming up here, and making demands and all of that. Oh shit, all right. You told me we gonna make you bleed. You know, cause New Jack get turned on by that blood, man. For real, now. So he told New Jack it went wrong. He was bleeding excessively. He was hospitalized as a result of. Eventually, he received 50 stitches. So New Jack was charged with aggravated assault stemming from the incident, but was acquitted because Kulos asked New Jack to cut him. So Kulos sued New Jack and ECW for damages in 1998. But he lost the case, and then 4 years later, he died at the age of 22 due to complications of gastric bypass surgery. R.I.P. But at that time, bro, I'm sorry, bro. That was dumb as hell, Paul Heyman. I don't know what you were thinking. Now, if he was 21 and 2 down 2, oh yeah, you can do that stunt, yeah. But you should have known damn well that boy. The boy looked uncoordinated in the ring. Y'all saw the match. No coordination, no nothing. Devon couldn't say the man. He had to play in character, getting his ass whooped by Mustafa. My thing is, bro, you had a locker room full of guys. And you could let this dude convince Paul Heyman. I don't know what you were thinking, bro. I'm sorry. And then, if I was his father, why you allowed it? You know what I'm saying, at the time? Like, why you allowed it at the time? Like, what was you thinking? Like, you just thought, oh man, this shit fake. Now, this that extreme ish. Them folks bleed going through fire, barbed wire. This ain't WWE. This that real ish, street shit, man. And you let your boy get, like, you failed your son. You know, he was 17, you failed your son. You supposed to protect him. Just like my mom and them, they protect me. I'm 17. I ain't legal. I can make my own decisions, but if you come down to stuff like that, nah, bro, that ain't it. You gotta say your son, man. For real. So, back to that. The Gangsters lost the World Tag Team Championship back to the Eliminators on January 4th, 1997, ending their 139 title reign. But the Gangsters feuded with the Eliminators and the Dudley Boys over the titles over the next 7 months. At Heat Wave, the Gangsters defeated the Dudley Boys in a steel cage match to capture their second World Tag Team Championships. But Mustafa left after the title win, leading to the breakups of the Gangsters. So, the following month, the Dudley Boys returned the championship. The belts returned to the Dudley Boys after Mustafa left. So, with the departure of Mustafa and Perry Saturn from ECW, New Jack teamed up with a familiar rival, John Cronis, and they called themselves the Gangstanators. On August 21st, 1997, by defeating the Dudley Boys, the team debuted on television on September 20th, when Cronis earned a title shot when Cronis earned a title shot at the ECW World Tag Team Championship by defeating the Dudley Boys. So he earned it by himself. Jack showed up as his tag partner. They received a title shot at Good As It Gets, where they defeated the Dudley Boys to win the tag team championships, marking New Jack's third title reign. They lost the belt to the full-blooded Italians, Little Guido and Tracy Smothers, on November 1st episode of Hardcore TV. But they defeated the Hardcore Chair Freaks, Axel Rotten, Balls Mahoney, the Dudley Boys in a three-way dance at Fright Night, and received a title match versus the FBI. The Freaks and the Dudleys so they received a title match against the FBI, the Freaks, and the Dudleys in a four-way match at November 1st to November to remember. But they lost. So the Gangstanators resumed their feud with the Dudley Boys as two teams competed in a match at a 1998 house party, which the Dudley Boys won. The Gangstanators teamed up with the Dudley Boys' brother, Spike Dudley. So at Living Dangerous pay-per-view, New Jack and Spike Dudley defeated the hardcore swinging freaks and the Dudley Boys in a three-way dance. Then New Jack lost to Bam Bam Bigelow at WrestlePalooza. Then he began having his solo run. Jack began emerging as a single competitor while feuding with the Dudley Boys. This led to Jack and Cronus quickly breaking up and going their separate ways. As Jack more frequently teamed up with Spike Dudley and feuded with the Dudley Boys, New Jack began dragging in a garbage can full of weapons, throwing it in the ring, and a sort of ultra-violent trash bag. Like, New Jack was violent as hell, dog, with no cap. So, here goes his singles career. New Jack feuded with the Dudley Boys throughout 1999. He teamed up with Spike Dudley to lose at Guilty as Charged and at Crossing the Line in 1999. They lost at Guilty as Charged. So, at Crossing the Line 1999, Jack brought out his former gangster partner Mustafa to compete against the Dudley Boys. But the term heard around the world, we never would have thought about it. But that's what goes on in the streets. Because sometimes you can be cool with your homeboy, the next minute he get out. But Mustafa turned on Jack by swinging a guitar on his head. And he revealed himself to be the third mysterious benefactor of the Dudleys, who wanted to run the Public Enemy and New Jack out of ECW. So, as a result of that, the two friends became rivals, which came in a match between the two at Living Dangerously, which New Jack won. At ScyberSlam, Jack teamed up with the hardcore chair swinging freak, Axel Rotten and Boz Mahoney, losing an Ultimate Jeopardy match to Mustafa and the Dudley Boys afterward. They lost to Mustafa and the Dudley Boys. Afterward, Jack drove Mustafa through a table with a diving splash from the top of the cage. Jack was out of action for the next few months until he returned at ECW Heatwave, where he attacked the Dudley Boys with a weapon in a shopping cart. Man, they might be going at it with the Dudley Boys for a minute. So, here we go. The October 22nd, ECW on TNT, he received his first opportunity against Mike Awesome in a classic championship match. But he failed to win the belt. That was crazy. New Jack would have became ECW champion, boy. Shit. Can't tell me nothing. I'd be going crazy. So, alright. So on November 6th, he rescued the hardcore chair freak from being attacked from some new gangsters in town, the Baldy, which is the Spanish Angel, Vito, the legend, you know what I'm saying, Vito, Tony DeVito, and Big Grimes. But Angel stapled Jack in his eyes. This what led to a lengthy rivalry between Jack and Angel over the unofficial title, the King of the Streets. The two battled back and forth over the matter in a bloody street fight. One of ECW television's most gruesome moments was in the course of the match where Angel used New Jack's staple gun, which he often wore around his neck and chained against him, stapling him in his eye. Referees called off the match. New Jack disappeared off Earth for months. But New Jack returned by the end of 1999 with his eye recovered, now sporting a stitch around his neck, claiming that he had upgraded the staple gun. So, in 2000, their first encounter in 2000, where Jack and the Freaks lost to the Baldies in a handicap match. At 2000 Guilty as Charged pay-per-view, Jack lost a single match to Angel due to the interference from the Baldies at Living Dangerously pay-per-view in Connecticut on March 12th. But see, now we're gonna get to the real gritty Big Grimes. So New Jack suffered serious injury during a match against Big Grimes involving a bump required jump 15 feet off the scaffold. So mere seconds before the jump, Grimes became reluctant. So basically, wrestling one-on-one. If you become scared and don't want to do it and stuff like that, call that shit off immediately. Cause nerves can mess up not only your career, but that person's career. You know what I'm saying? Cause New Jack could have died that night. You know what I'm saying? Cause you was acting scared and nervous. So he didn't want to take the bump. So New Jack was ignored by Grimes reluctantly. So because of the last podcast, they had you know what I'm saying? It was on TV, so they had no time to freestyle to think of something. So New Jack dragged Grimes down with him after a count of 3, and Grimes awkwardly fell a half second after Jack. So basically, the fall where New Jack trying to pick him up or something like that, he splattered, and New Jack hit his head and his, you know what I'm saying, fractured his skull. You know what I'm saying? So they couldn't fall in the safest fashion or whatever. So they fell off the scaffold and missed the table, and they were supposed to absorb and force they fall and land on the concrete floor. So Vic Grimes landed on his head. You see what I'm saying? Causing my boy brain damage, a broke leg, and a skull fracture, resulting in permanent insomnia. And was permanent blind in his right eye. So he spent 6 months. But while injured, New Jack did defeat the Baldur's leader Angel 2 months later at Hardcore Heaven. But he appeared at Heat Wave where he appeared at Heat Wave where he appeared on crutches, and Angel stapled him with a staple gun in his forehead until Noble and Chris Cheddar made the save and defeated the Balders in a tag team match. Jack was out of action for the next few months. He returned to ECW where he rescued Spike from an insult from Justin Kerber and Rhino, but was double teamed by the two. Jack was named the #1 contender for Rhino's World Television Championship. Man, Rhino was dominating, especially when he put RVD on the shelf. Man, Rhino was kicking ass in ECW, dog, no cap. But yeah, they fought each other in November. Remember, New Jack failed to win the belt. You know what I'm saying? So he had one last match at ECW before they closed. He defeated his longtime rival on Angel on December 17th. So New Jack did remain with the company until bankruptcy a month later in 2001. So my boy had a legendary career on ECW alone for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And before I get to the Vic Grimes story, we're gonna get to this shit. Well, no, I can just get to this shit. I'm gonna get to the Vic Grimes part, and then we're gonna go from there. All right. So after ECW went out of business, he wrestled at XPW, where he made multiple appearances. Of course, he made appearances on TNA, Combat Zone, competing in the Cage of Death in 2004. Jack appeared in IWA, and they said WWE dark matches, but I don't believe that shit. He worked the ECW reunion show, Hardcore Homecoming, on June 10, 2005, as well competing at Extreme Reunion Tour from September 15th to, I guess, 2016, I'm guessing. But doing it before that, the beef. Now, I don't condone violence. I don't condone revenge. But if you was in New Jack's shoes, allegedly, I feel a certain way too, bro. Let's get to it. So, him and Vic Grimes had a scaffold match. They met back up. So, they having another match. As the final maneuver of the match, he shot Vic Grimes with a taser. So, according to y'all, if y'all watch Dark Side of the Ring, I think that was Dark Side of the Ring. New Jack went in for business for himself at that point. He went into maniac mode. And he said on himself, he was high as hell. He was high as, you know what I'm saying? So he went to business for himself. He was tasing Big Grimes. Big Grimes said, I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs. New Jack said, you ain't gonna need them. All right. So before he threw him, like he tased him before he threw him, and then he sent him crashing to the ring 40 feet below, where there was 12 tables stacked on top of each other in the ring to break the fall. Which Big Grimes, if you look back at this video, that boy was close to dying. New Jack wanted to kill this man. New Jack wanted to kill, like, them demons in New Jack head just took over, bro. Like, God was on Big Grimes' side. Because the devil came in out of New Jack, because New Jack wanted revenge for what that man did to him. Like, damn. So, like I said, let me get back to this. So, he missed all but two and came within inches of a foot, missing the ring completely, which could have killed him. So they could have had another real life Owen Hart right there. I feel like New Jack, if he would have killed that man, he wouldn't have went to jail. Cause you gotta think about it right here, on some real gangster shit right here. So, well, it's just right here. He broke his fall on the top rope. So basically, all Big Grimes left was with a broke ankle. So in 2005, I guess Forever Hardcore, and of course in 2020, episode of Dark Side of the Ring centered around Jack claimed he broke script. All that boy seen was blood and demons in his eye. You know what I'm saying? And so he had the intentions to throw Big Grimes as hard as he could, that he would fall on his head first until the steel turnbuckle and be killed. This was done according to Jack. That fall that happened a year prior to that. Cause you know what I'm saying? Jack had a grudge with Grimes for not contacting him when he recovered from his injuries after the fall at the play at Danbury. So, however, Art Odell, a writer of WrestleCrap, disputes the citing Jack's apparent concern for Grimes' safety in the previous match and how attention the spot seemed. So, you gotta think about it. I'm not a revengeful person. I'm not a harmful person. I'm not gonna get you back. But my boy, you damn near, I see you like a little move or something you did wrong. But bro, we hit concrete. Your ass weighed down there 300, 400, 500 pounds. We missed a whole spot. Your fat ass landed on my head. My skull cracked. I got insomnia. I'm hurt, bruh. I can't see. And you ain't check on me, bruh? Man, shoot. I wouldn't like you either, bruh. I want to kill you too. I could have damn near died. You ain't check on me. Cause I think New Jack said on the Dark Side of the Ring, he like, my bro tried to apologize. He was like, what was this it? You're proud of it. You had all this shit. Why you ain't check on me then, bruh? Like, I can't see how my right eye, my head messed up. I got insomnia because of you, bruh. Now you want to say you sorry because you saw me. I believe Big Grimes knew New Jack was going to get him back. And New Jack did, because man, when that man threw that man, whoo, damn. That man threw that man like it was nothing. And you could tell, like, New Jack was still hurt about it. Even in shoot interviews, he said, in one shoot interview, he said, the only thing I'm sorry about Big Grimes, that I ain't kill his ass. Damn. Woo. When I say, boy, I ain't saying I'm the most holy dude. But, boy, you see the devil in that boy. Because, you know what I'm saying, the demons in the head probably getting turned on, liking this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, New Jack, boy, he wanted blood. He wanted blood. And he got it. And he was close to going to jail, and I think he'll be happy with that. So, another stunt that went wrong. In April 2002, April 2003, New Jack was in a hardcore match with longtime wrestler Gypsy Joe. But before the match, Jack met with Joe and asked the booker of the show what was he supposed to do. Jack was told that Gypsy Joe is tough as leather, and Jack replied that he's not going to lose a dollar value from this match, and would not have a comedy or gimmick match, but that he would kill Joe in this match for unknown reasons. So what led to the business right here, he said Gypsy Joe was no selling him. Then he said Gypsy Joe headbutted him in his nose. So Jack got angry and decided to get genuine sales by legitimately attacking the old man. He attacked his ass too. He attacked the man with a chain. He hit him with a frame picture of his auntie. Man, when New Jack got that baseball bat, man, that boy hit that man head so hard. God damn, many times. And he had hit him with the baseball bat with barbed wire and other weapons. The crowd was terrified at New Jack for beating the man up. And either left beating of this man. Either left the show and they left the show in disgust, calling New Jack the N-word. He had been called almost every week doing, you know what I'm saying, like he been called the N-word, like shit, like he been called the N-word since Smoky Mountain Wrestling. He said the more they called me the N-word, the angrier I got, and the more I beat the guy up. Damn, nigga. Man, New Jack was crazy. My boy was turned, man. Also, my boy wrestled at Thunder Wrestling Federation, where he was scheduled to face fellow wrestler William Jason near Jacksonville, Florida. During the match, New Jack's surprise began punching him in the face, legitimate, and landing few blows. So New Jack pulled out a metal blade. So basically, dude was going hard in New Jack, beating him up. So New Jack then put out a metal blade with camouflage and stabbed the man multiple times in the head. So this where New Jack stated in the DVD that dude claimed he stabbed him 16 times. New Jack said he stabbed 9 times. So New Jack had faced it. Felony charges, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and aggravated assault to commit murder. New Jack claimed that the two met prior to the match and agreed to use a piece of metal to inflict injuries. Despite this, a police who was recording the incident stated that it looked like it went past routine in a wrestling match. The promoter of the event, Maurice Williams, claimed the event was never intended to be hardcore. New Jack had claimed that he only stabbed, dude 9 times. Then at that point, he announced his retirement at XPW, A Cold Day in Hell. Even though he continued working independent shows in 2012, he competed at Extreme Rising and CCW. Then he appeared in TNA, where he wrestled on few events Perry Saturn, the Sandman, defeated Christopher Daniels and the Harris Brothers. Then him and Sandman lost a 3-way match to the Harris Brothers. Then of course, him and Sandman lost to Brian Lee and Slash. New Jack, Perry Saturn, and the Sandman defeated Brian Lee, Slash, and Mike Awesome in the Ultimate Sin match. On May 7th in TNA, New Jack competed in a 3-way hardcore rules match, which was won by Sabu. Then of course, May 21st, New Jack and Shockboy lost to Ron Killings and Don Harris in a Anarchy Alliance tag match. Then he competed in a Hard 10 tournament, defeating Slash in the quarterfinals and defeating Mike Sanders in the semifinals before losing to the finals in the Sandman. And during his run, he's with Shockboy wearing the mask and stuff like that. Him and Shark Boy lost to the Harris brothers in what was New Jack final TNA match, because him and Jeff Jarrett got into it and he just left. Then of course he returned on the TNA ECW reunion show Hardcore Justice, where they beat up Team 3D, the Dudley Boys, and Joey Gardner. But yeah, business from public scrutiny were hypocrites. He also thought he was getting tired of the wrestling business at that point. He also thought it was ironic how ECW was seen as one of the most violent, dangerous promotions in drug use, where drug use was encouraged, yet there was only one person who died in ECW during his 5-year tenure. And this one, he was Vince McMahon, because he was saying Vince McMahon lead he lead wrestling companies in depth. I gotta give him that. I don't know that many superstars died in ECW, dog. For real, especially drug related or crazy stuff, steroid juice, all that. So I gotta give him that. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta give him that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, a lot of deaths in WWE. So, your uncle, he was very critical of Paul Heyman. He was calling Paul Heyman a liar. He was cheap. He was signing fake checks and stuff like that. After he had beef with Abdul the Butcher, where Young criticized the Butcher for using dirty blades on wrestlers, stating that Young was HIV positive. I don't know how true that is, but hey, I don't know. Then of course he had a toxic relationship with Terry Runnels. After the relationship ended, Runnels had sued New Jack for libel and to block distribution of sexual videos they had, because they were shooting back at each other. You know what I'm saying? And he got remarried in 2020. He had, the little situation he had with his son, him being a drag queen and stuff like that. I would go into that, but it ain't the type of episode. I say that for the episode that I want to talk about that on, and then that'll be Kane. That'll be the Chris Kane jump. But this ain't about that. And his son said after he died, his son, yeah, I stand on it, son, nigga. He said that his pops was trying to work it out. He loved him, but he just didn't know how to go about it. You know what I'm saying? So then of course, after retiring, he had started using painkillers regular to help him from the pain during his career. But in 2016, he had collapsed walking home from an event where he was diagnosed with blood clots in his legs, his back, and in addition, he had heart problems. You know what I'm saying? So he had passed away in 2016 at the age of 58. But he might not won a lot of championships, but he made a mark on his business. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta give him that. You gotta give him that respect and his flowers for it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think of hardcore, I know folks love Terry Funk. I know folks love Terry Funk, Mick Foley, all them. But you gotta put New Jack. You know, so he mastered the Hunky Man guitar and stuff like that. And he wasn't a very light guy in this business. I mean, that boy had heat with damn near Paul Heyman, the Dudley Boys, RVD, Vince McMahon, Shane Douglas, Taz, Jerry Lawler, Missy Hyatt, Brian Knobbs. He dissed the hell out of Chris Benoit when Nancy died, and Tony Atlas. But the one thing I can say about New Jack, he stayed true to himself. He didn't kiss no ass. He earned his legacy the hard way. He didn't stab nobody in the back, politically. But he earned his legendary status the hard way and did it the right way. And he made a mark, you know what I'm saying? I just hate that. I feel like he died with a lot of demons that he didn't deal with. And that's the crazy part, about life. You know what I'm saying? I learned, like I said I forgot what I said a while back. You gotta ask yourself, man, is you trying to die in sin or you trying to die in the win? And I feel like my boy didn't get a chance to do that. I ain't say he didn't get a chance to do that. He probably did. He just wasn't listening. It's just the demons was in his head. You know what I'm saying? Cause the Lord gonna give you many chances to fix things, and He gonna show you things like, hey, you might not need to go right here. Hey, you need to come to me, stuff like that. But sometimes we don't hear the signs or pay attention. We try to do our own thing and just do what we want to do. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And I just hate that my man went out like that, you know, allegedly with blood clots, heart problems. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not a fan of doing drugs and stuff like that, because you don't know what your body going through already. You know what I'm saying? We already eat unhealthy, we obesity and stuff like that, and then you mix the drugs, the codeine, the stuff like that. I know folks try to find drugs to cope with things, but this shit ain't cool, man. And you don't want to go out like that. You want to go out right, like, hey, man, God got a foundation. You know what I'm saying? I got rid of my old ways. I live holy. And I just want my chance to be in the pearly gates, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, because a lot of folks think, oh, I can just do what the hell I want to do. I'm still going to go to heaven. That's not how it works, you know what I'm saying? We got to live holy, even myself. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to play his game. The devil, he already waiting on you. He already got your soul. He already know your name. Oh, he ready for you to come to hell and shit, tease you for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because he know where he going. So you just want to get right and do right, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say fame is a terrible thing to have, and you know what I'm saying, like to have and stuff like that, because it's already bad enough. Because you'll think money will make you happy, but it really makes it worse. Because the pressure of money will drive you crazy. Especially if you got your own insecurities, your flaws and stuff like that you dealing with, and then you getting paid millions of dollars. You get to meet all other folks and stuff like that. So, my bad, y'all. So it's like that. So, but with that being said, y'all, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Peace.
Just let me talk my shit. I got all dick, and she turned around and hit. And I done learned a lot of shit. I had her burned up her brain. I deserve her face. I deserve her. I deserve her. I'm like, how we do your motherfucking